Well, hello everybody, it's Bug Eater 64, and we are here at Albuquerque, New Mexico, getting ready to go to Texas. We're going to fly to the Dallas Fort Worth Executive Airport, KRBD, or what we call Redbird. We're going to be hopefully completing a SimBuddy flight. Now, this is going to be the second attempt at doing a virtual airline flight. If you watch some of my earlier videos, you know that I do subcontracting for a virtual airline, Solus Wings. A good friend of mine, Dion Sol, is the CEO and proprietor of that virtual airline. And my airline, American Airline Duet, we are primarily a charter airline, but we do subcontract with Solus Wings and do flights for them and make a little money for their company. So today we're going to try and do that. We tried this before, but had problems with the SimBuddy client. Hopefully today we will not, and maybe we can get it done. So we are, as you can see, we're going to be flying the FlyJSims Dash8 Q400, and we've done a mod to this bird. It has the GTN750 in it, and this is going to be the first flight with that done, and we're going to see how it works, and hopefully everything will go fine. So with that, let's go ahead and get in the cockpit, and we'll get started with the flight. And I sure hope you all enjoy it, because I sure have fun bringing them to you. So we'll see you soon on the inside of the aircraft. So long for now. Okay, so here we are inside the aircraft, and we'll just looking around, make sure everything's in order, double checking our HOTAS, our Warthog, to see that things are working. And the Dash 8 is a real finicky airplane to start. FlyJSim did an awesome job on this airplane. It's great fun to fly. It works wonderfully, but it is temperamental with these X-plane updates, and at times can be extremely difficult to start. So the first thing I got to do is I have to make sure everything is turned off. Then we'll get some battery power, and we'll get the APU started. So we've got the APU running. And as you can see, the GTN750 is up and running. We haven't activated it yet, but the startup page is there. So we'll get some lights on outside the aircraft so people know that we're doing something. And we'll go ahead and start the right engine. Get some fuel in there. And I probably waited too long to get fuel. Like I said, this is very finicky. We're in X-plane 11.33 R2. So this is one of the betas. And sometimes the airplane doesn't like it. So with that, since we weren't able to really start that engine that time, let's go ahead and get our pushback set up. And that looks pretty good.
Ground to cockpit, plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready.
Very good. So we'll call for our pushback.
Ground to cockpit, tow is driving up.
And as much as I like better pushback, because it really works well, especially now that I've updated to the 64-bit version, I get tickled every time I watch these guys or gals drive right through buildings and static you know, units and parked vehicles, but we're multi-dimensional, so it'll work. And in the meantime, while we're trying to do that, we'll go ahead and set up the flight plan on the GTN750. I'd already done the flight plan. It's saved into the system, so it's just a matter of getting it plugged in. So that's what we're doing.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
And she lied, because not all the doors, when everything was closed, so I had to close the door for them. But that's okay.
Winching strap and adapter in position. Release parking brake when ready to start pushback.
All right, brake released.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Thank you. We'll be happy to try again. And the reason the engine didn't start, I don't know, other than the fact that I probably either missed a step, left something turned on, or I did a step in the wrong sequence. So, but we'll get there. Y'all just have patience with this old guy, please. And we'll get a male buddy to help us out now. We did get the engine started, finally.
Hose disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the right. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Thank you, sir. Thank your crew for me. And that sexy voiced young lady that was helping us earlier. And I'm guessing when we first saw him drive up, there was a male driver, so I'm guessing that's this guy. Because if it was the girl, she was beyond ugly. But, you know, just saying. And so this shows where we are right now and where we're going to go. So we'll get ready to taxi out of here and head for the runway. Now, just prior to this flight, I had a Windows update. And I've been dealing with different things. Every time there's a Windows update, it seems like it affects different programs on my computer. I had to reset all my microphones, had to reset my speakers, you know, things like that. I'm not sure how it has affected, if at all, X-Plane 11. It has in the past. So, I'm keeping my fingers crossed. So far, it looks fine, but we shall see. And let's see, we're cruising altitude is going to be 12,000. And let's see, vertical speed. We're going to go with about probably 800. Don't want to get too crazy. Got just over 500 miles to go. So right now, SimBuddy client is logged in, and we should be good to go. So again, we'll just see how things go, and we'll start moving to the end of the runway. As I said, FlyJSim did excuse me, really did a nice job on this aircraft. It's a lot of fun to fly. But she can be demanding. Especially on startup. And get up here to the and where did this I have found lately, for some reason, every airport I go to, this helicopter shows up. I don't know what laminar research she's got going on. I think it's spying on me. But it does, it shows up at every airport. And it'll fly around. So we'll go to the hold short here and we'll get some things set up and get ready to pull away. The helicopter needs to get the heck out of my way. Okay, landing lights on, taxi lights off. I think we're all good there. Flaps set at 5. Select a flight. So we should be good to go. Start moving out to the runway.
Approaching 08. On runway 08.
Okay, now you remember I mentioned the Windows update. Yeah, what could possibly go wrong? So we're ready to go. Flaps 5. Start applying power. Throttles are moving up. Everything started looking good. Release brakes, and we're moving. And I'm watching the airspeed. Everything's looking good so far. We're seeming to be spooling up a little bit slow, but we are gaining speed. Airspeed is alive. But if you watch the throttles, now I'm watching airspeed because I'm looking for my V1 and rotate speeds. And I know I've got a long runway to deal with, so I'm figuring I can get there. Now I've noticed that, yeah, see, I've got my throttles all the way forward on my HOTAS. But the throttles are indicating only 34% maxed. But I have reached rotate speed. But for some reason, I got the nose up, but I can't maintain the speed. So I'm trying to figure I can
Caution
maybe
on
get into the
taxiway.
air.
On taxiway. Caution. Short runway.
Get the gear
short
up.
Runway. Caution. Short runway.
Pull up.
Short
There's a
runway.
stall warning.
Caution. Short runway.
Throw
Short
the
runway.
gear up.
Caution. Short runway. Short runway. Caution. Short runway. Short
But
runway.
the gear doesn't
Caution.
come up at
Short
all.
runway. Short runway. Caution. Short
So
runway.
I can't
Short
gain
runway.
altitude and I'm low.
Caution. Short runway. Short runway.
So life is not good right now. I was thinking maybe if I could keep it level, I could turn around and maybe make it back to the runway. Wrong idea. That ain't happening. So we're just going to pull into the neighborhood, stop at somebody's house, and have a cup of coffee and think
Caution.
things over.
On taxiway. On taxiway.
Whoops, through that house, well, we flew through 2 houses on landing. And
runways.
things didn't go good. So after that, I go through, look at my HOTAS settings in X-Plane, and realize that they're different than what I originally set them to. So Windows Update strikes again.
On runway. 08.
So I reset everything and got things going, and we're getting ready to try the takeoff a second time. So as I said, hold on to your butts. Let's see how this goes. Now you can hear, look at how those engines are spooling up. Oh yeah, everything's back where it's supposed to be. We're good to go. Go for the gusto. Airspeed's building quickly like it's supposed to. Yeah, I'm a happy camper. And rotate. And this time she lifts right off. So we are on our way. We are leaving Albuquerque and heading for Redbird. Dallas Executive. Gears up, flaps is up. And we're turning on heading. At which point we'll turn on the autopilot. To see if this GTN is going to serve us well. Speed set. Okay, with that, we'll click on nav. Check, set our speed climb, right? Altitude looks like it's set. And nav. And it takes over and it'll start flying, as we call flying the purple. Get over and pick up our waypoints and take us to our destination if all goes well.
2500.
Alright, so autopilot's working just the way it should in this airplane. Flying nicely. Keep an eye on our airspeed. We don't want to overspeed it. And this particular aircraft does not have an auto throttle, so we have to make some adjustments manually, but it's not bad at all. Once you get it set and trimmed properly, and we're at 11,000 feet, within 1,000 feet of cruise altitude. That's what that little horn was. But after you get it trimmed right and set up and level and cruising, you can adjust the throttles and they stay within 1 or 2 knots of where you want them set. And there is our Dash8 Q400. Very nice commuter airplane. And we are at our cruise altitude. So with that, we will see you when we get ready for approach at KRBD, Dallas Executive. Until then, see you soon. And we are back. It's been a little over 2 hours. I hope you enjoyed the flight and the flight entertainment, which means whatever you were doing, I hope you had fun doing it. And we are approaching, as you can see by the GTN750, that big white blob, that is basically the chart area of the airport. And it's very helpful. So, it flew the route real well. Now, I put in 2 user waypoints. It flew the first one fine. The second one, it flew past. And at this point, what I'm doing is I'm trying to get back to our approach and get us down to the airport. And we're getting very close. So, as you can see, right there, we are off to the right of our approach. So what I'm going to end up having to do is I'm going to have to take over and hand fly this airplane, which is, this particular airplane is not an issue. But I am high still. And I'm going to have to lose some altitude in order to get us down to the runway and do it safely. I do hope that you all have your flight insurance paid for, and the aircraft is mine. Autopilot turned off. And as I was saying, in-flight insurance is a good thing to have when you have a tired old grizzled gray-haired guy like me flying this airplane. So we will get to the airport shortly. Won't take us too long. Getting back on the ground is no issue whatsoever. Getting back on the ground safely and in one piece, that's always a little more difficult. But I'm always very happy if I can land an airplane at touchdown, excuse me, at less than minus 200 feet a minute. So let's see what we can do with that today. And we'll get back to the autopilot for a minute while I double check some things.
Caution.
Aircraft is mine. Turning inbound to the airport. Which looks like I went a little bit beyond, but that's not a problem. We'll pull it back. Gear coming down, or that's first degree of flaps coming down. Now we take the gear down. 3 green and lock, good.
Sync rate, sync rate,
Second degree of flaps.
sync rate, 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 sync rate.
Ditching George, talking my ear off. All right, we're going for it. Here we go.
Sync rate, terrain, 500. Pull up. Terrain, pull up.
You pull up. I'm trying to land an airplane.
Pull up. Terrain.
Here we go.
Pull up. Terrain. Pull up. 100. Terrain. Sync rate.
50, 40,
sync rate.
30,
sync rate.
20.
Pull up.
10.
Flare. It's going to be a long landing.
Long
That's all right.
landing. Long landing. 4,000 feet remaining.
All right, touchdown. Minus 141.76 feet per minute. Not bad at all. I'll take that all day long. All right. So we're down. We're safe.
1,000 remaining.
That's all right. Start cleaning up the aircraft. Flaps coming up. And then we'll pull off the runway here. Head down to the parking area. I'd like to welcome everybody to Dallas Executive Airport. And we'll just taxi on down to where those buildings are. There's an administration building that we'll park in front of. Landing lights off, taxi lights on. So yeah, we're in good shape. aircraft is configured now for ground taxi. So it may not have been the prettiest approach, or not even, well, we won't even get textbooks into it. It was ridiculous. But anyway, we did come down safe. The passengers a fairly comfortable ride, and the flight, for the most part, was uneventful.
Approaching 17.
And we'll cross 17, pull over in front of it. It's not being used today anyway. And a little administration building right in front of us. Big hangar there. Maintenance hangar. And we're going to turn around right in front of that. And once we get parked, then we'll go ahead and take another look of that pretty quirky approach and landing. And we'll just stop right here. And let's go ahead and shut her down. Engine shut down. Landing lights off. Taxi lights. Or landing lights. Yeah, leave them off. Oops. So, let us take a look at that bit of approach and the landing, of course. Landing gear coming down. First degree of flaps coming down. See if we can hit the runway twice in a row. A little left of center, but not bad. So Air America Dash8 Q400 is safely made an arrival to KRBD, better known as Redbird or Dallas Executive. Our mission is complete. And if you look at the windsock, you can see we actually landed in the right direction. ATIS didn't lie this time, which I have been known to do in the past. Okay. Well, welcome back, everybody. This is BugEater64, and we are here at Dallas Executive, Redbird, KRBD, and we made the flight without too many incidents. Had a bit of a problem, but with the Windows update sure did a job on us, and I wasn't aware of that until trying to fly. So, but we got that all taken care of with least amount of trouble. Got us in the air, made the flight fairly uneventfully, except for when we were trying to get onto the approach, and I realized that the GTN750, apparently I had done something wrong on the input of the operator's waypoint. That was my waypoint that it failed to follow, and so I'm sure that was my mistake. Pilot error as normal. Anyway, I sure hope everybody enjoyed the flight. I sure enjoyed bringing it to you, and we have completed successfully with credit from SimBuddy, making about almost $85,000 for the Solis Wings virtual airline. So we can go on to flight number 3 here shortly. I'm not sure where we're going to go yet. We're going to leave Dallas Executive and probably head to Atlanta. Maybe Myrtle Beach, not sure yet. But we'll check it out, see which way we want to go. Until then, again, enjoyed having you all along. Glad you came. If you liked it, click the like button. If you didn't like it, you can click that one too. And leave me some comments. Tell me how I can make the channel better and more enjoyable for you folks that watch these flights. If you want to be notified when I make and post more videos, then please go ahead and click the little notification bell next to the subscribe button. Until the next time, this is Bug Eater 64, and as always, remember, safe flying.